Good morning, you're watching Sky News Breakfast, and time now to discuss the papers with political editor at the HuffPost, Kevin Schofield, and the former editor of the Daily Star, Dawn Neeson. Great to see you both again. Let's kick off with the front page of the Telegraph. We haven't talked about this yet, so Dawn, give us a quick upsum of what's being said here. Pressure on Prince Harry to break his silence after this book was published.
This is a story that is in all the papers, the front page of the Telegraph. I've chosen this one because I like the way they've done the headline base. It's obviously the row about Omid Scobie's new book, Endgame, which in Holland leaked the name of the people who the royals who commented about baby Archie's skin before he was born, and in that book the names were revealed as King Charles and Kate, basically, and this mess is now all over the place, and it's awful for the royal family, and it must be terrible because neither the king nor Kate can say anything, can they? But there is one person that can say something, Sally, and end this mess once and for all, and that's Harry. All Harry has to do is say, look, this is not true, I don't know where this has come from, or at least put some distance between it, and then it can kill its stone dead. It's just going to never go away now.
Yeah, Kevin, your take on this. I mean, it was a very damaging interpretation of the comments that allegedly were made by these two senior members of the royal family.
Yeah.
And Harry and Meghan haven't made any comments since their names have been revealed.
No.
It's called a deafening silence here.
Yeah, well, I mean, but it was Meghan, obviously, who set this hair running in the interview she did with Oprah Winfrey, not naming them, but saying, you know, royals had said this, made this comment. Since then, they've never repeated it. Harry, in an interview with Tom Bradby, made it clear, well, we didn't say anyone was racist.
Tried to row back on it.
He's not mentioned it in his book. Yeah, he didn't mention it in their podcast. I think they've realised we shouldn't have said this, but now it's come to a head again. But how could this have been in the translation? The translator didn't just make these names up.
No.
It was obviously in.
It was in there.
An original version of the manuscript. And where could the author have got it from? There's only one person it could have come from. So I think, as you say, Dawn, Charles and Kate can't say anything.
No, they can't. No.
But it's such a damaging accusation that. Yeah, I think it's...
Yeah, just one...
But then again, does Harry really want to go against his wife by saying, actually, this has been misinterpreted, or they didn't mean it to come out the way it did? I'm not so sure he wants to do that.
It is worth saying that Omid Scobie does deny that those names were in his manuscript. Obviously, there is an investigation into what happened there.
Did they get in there?
That is his defence. But yes, certainly a very uncomfortable situation for the royal family indeed. Let's look at the front page of the Eye, Kevin.
Yeah.
Tobacco firms. What are they saying?
Yeah, so they are, I guess you can see from their point of view, they do not like this effective ban on tobacco, which Rishi Sunak announced at the Conservative Party conference last month, or a couple of months ago now, which will basically mean that anyone who's 14 now will never legally be able to buy cigarettes. Now, New Zealand announced the same policy quite some time ago, but they've now U-turned and ditched it. So the tobacco firms are saying, well, hang on a minute, you know, why don't you do the same and instead push the legal minimum age up to 21? I think this would be an unbelievable U-turn from Rishi Sunak. He made it such a big deal, such a centrepiece of his conference speech, but he will be coming under a lot of pressure from Conservative MPs who see it as unconservative to ban stuff. They don't like banning
things. And the tobacco lobby are very, very powerful, aren't
they are, and he's also quite weak as a Prime Minister, in a weak position, I mean, so it might be quite difficult for him to resist that pressure, but if he were to U-turn, it would be very embarrassing.
Yeah, worth saying, Rishi Sunak would, I'm sure, deny that he is weak as Prime Minister. And let's just move on to another story that's being talked about. King Charles' tie. King Charles' tie yesterday at COP, which featured the Greek flag. A lot of people questioning what he was trying to say with this gesture.
Well, I mean, we do know that King Charles does have a sense of humour, and here he is at COP28 meeting Rishi Sunak in a tie, emblazoned, not just one Greek flag, but emblazoned with the flag. And obviously we know that Rishi Sunak this week refused to meet the Greek Prime Minister because the Greek Prime Minister dared to mention the Elgin marbles, and that was not part of the deal, so Rishi didn't meet him, but Sir Keir Starmer did. So now this could be a complete accident, because obviously King Charles' dad was born in Corfu, which is a Greek island. So it could just be paying tribute to his dad. Kevin looking at me like, yeah, that's not likely, but it is possible. Or it could be someone setting up to do it, to have a little dig at Rishi and say, you should have actually met the Greek Prime Minister. It really was a big mistake not to do so. Or it could be Charles doing it himself. I mean, we don't know, but I just thought it was a very funny picture because Rishi is staring in this picture in the Mail, staring at King Charles in the eyes and deliberately not looking at that tie.
Yeah, it seems an incredible coincidence, given it's been such a big story all week for Charles, who I'm sure has got a lot of ties. To choose that one, I'm pretty sure he's got a pretty extensive collection.
What should we get for
What do you
Christmas?
think, if indeed it is a gesture to the row over the Elgin marbles, what indeed would he be trying to say?
I think he'd be maybe trying to offer some sort of olive branch to say to the Greeks, you know, we don't all want to be at odds with you. We love you, you know, that type of thing. Just saying, you know, you're with us. Don't let this minor, relatively minor
A diplomatic
spat.
gesture.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
A tie.
I
Okay.
think so. I think.
There we go. There we have it. Very interesting indeed. I mean, of course, we don't know. This is all
We don't know because he
It's
can't
just a
comment on
lovely
it.
picture,
But
I mean,
yeah, and he's quite mischievous as well,
Yeah.
Charles. You know, so I think perhaps.
What a lot we've read into a tie there. Kevin, thanks so much. We'll see you next hour.